is a woman over the weekend who took it upon herself to research my family history in hopes of digging up some kind of a gotcha moment, a gotcha angle to validate illegal immigration and open borders. And what she found was really shocking, guys. She found that my family who came here in the 1800s from Norway and Germany, that they spoke Norwegian and German. And really what she did is prove that my family came here.
Drama on daytime TV has always been prevalent, but occasionally, something occurs that ignites social media. Conservative pundit Tomi Lahren and co-host Sunny Hostin of The View are about to get into a furious debate. The argument over immigration limits swiftly turned into a heated discussion about American identity, heritage, and hypocrisy.
Immigrants come over here and they don't know anything and they're dragging us down because we all come from immigrants, including you, Tomi Lahren. He talks about low skills. What exactly are skills?
Her second great-grandmother had been here for 10 years, yet spoke no English. Oh my gosh. 1930 census says Tommy's 3 times great-grandmother had been here for 41 years and still spoke German. She didn't speak.
To ensure you don't miss the most recent Hollywood rumors and the most heated arguments, for Tomi Lahren, controversy is nothing new. To set the scene, her steadfast support of merit-based immigration and her long-held belief that admission into the U.S. should only occur through legal means make her a controversial figure in political conversations. Sunny Hostin, on the other hand, has consistently spoken against conservative stereotypes and in favor of a more humane immigration policy. The collision between these two was inevitable. The flame was kindled when Hostin utilized Lahren's family history to bolster an argument, as Ancestry.com had done. She emphasized that Lahren's ancestors were illiterate for years after coming to the U.S. from Germany and Norway in the 1800s. According to Hostin, this showed that Lahren's position on contemporary immigration was contradictory. However, what ought to have been a thoughtful conversation swiftly descended into a furious dispute. As usual, Lahren was uncompromising.
Well, there is a woman over the weekend who took it upon herself to research my family history in hopes of digging up some kind of a gotcha moment, a gotcha angle to validate illegal immigration and open borders. And what she found was really shocking, guys. She found that my family who came here in the 1800s from Norway and Germany, that they spoke Norwegian and German. And really what she did is prove that my family came here legally.
Rather, she viewed the personal attack as a chance to strengthen her convictions. According to her, one significant difference between immigration in the past and immigration today is that her forebears led independent, law-abiding lives. Whatever your opinion, you must give Lahren credit for maintaining her composure under duress. It soon became evident that this was more than just a policy matter. Lahren's reference to her family background was a personal jab at Hostin. While some applauded Hostin's actions as a cunning means of exposing hypocrisy, others viewed them as a low blow that not only challenged ideas, but also diverted attention away from the true issue: how to handle the current immigration difficulties.
For them to go that deep in your background, you have gotten under their skin to a level I didn't think was possible. What is it about you that bothers them so much?
Well, it's not just me, it's anybody who advocates for merit-based immigration or has an issue with open borders. And again, just like you said, they don't seem to understand that we, on the right, believe
is a broader debate over whether immigration in the 1800s can really be compared to immigration today. People have always looked for greater opportunities abroad, so the correlation appears plausible at first glance. However, as Lahren noted, immigration was largely unrestricted at that time, and people were establishing their own professional paths and claiming unoccupied land. The immigration system today is far more complicated, influenced by stringent regulations, security considerations, and substantial aid programs. She maintained that comparing the two would be like comparing apples and oranges. According to Lahren, it demonstrated that her family complied with the law and made contributions without assistance from the government, a crucial distinction in the current immigration discussion. This discrepancy is indicative of a larger division in American views toward immigration, which are influenced by political ideology, history, and identity.
I do believe that the immigration crisis of today is apples to oranges from what it was in the 1800s when immigrants came to this country legally, were documented, worked for themselves, asked for nothing, and built a life and a family. That has nothing to do with the illegal immigration crisis of today that we must deal with.
However, this was not only a policy issue. Hostin's personal attack made the debate even more acrimonious and polarizing. She was challenging Laren's ethics and integrity in addition to casting doubt on her position by bringing up her great-great-grandmother. Disagreements about policies are one thing, but using someone's heritage to further your political objectives requires guts. But Lahren didn't just agree with her family's decisions, she used her talent and humor to shift the tide. To mobilize her followers, she even made fun of Hostin's aptitude for genealogy research. The severe and quick repercussions caused heated debates to break out on social media. While some regarded Hostin's study as a desperate attempt to undermine Lahren, others thought it was a great approach to highlight distinctions.
I lost my job at a conservative network because I said I was pro-choice. That's a big no-no. It was a big no-no. I offended the community. I went on The View and I said, just a point a feeling that I've had for a long time, I'm very limited government. That's just me. I'm not pro-abortion. I'm just very limited government. That's my perspective on a lot of things. And I lost my job at a conservative network for that.
How did you know you lost your job? What did that look like? So you go on The View, you say this, and then what happened?
Then they told me, don't come back on Monday to do your show. You're suspended indefinitely. That's how it was.
Were you shocked? Were you like, oh, this makes sense?
No, I was shocked. And that's why the lawsuit ensued. I have a view that some conservatives still to this day take a real issue with, and they tell me I'm not a real conservative or this or that. It's not bullshit.
However, the viewpoint was in a vulnerable position. While Hostin's stance struck a chord with viewers who agreed with her, it also sparked debate about the broadcast's tone. Even though the position had strong grounds, this specific encounter made it difficult to distinguish between political, discourse, and personal attacks. It's acceptable to challenge someone's beliefs, but it's another thing entirely to use their ancestry as a subject of argument. After the dust settled, attention returned to the main concern: immigration policy. Lahren stated unequivocally that she is dedicated to abiding by the law and does not oppose immigration. She contends that the difference between law-abiding, legal immigrants and those who enter the nation illegally is a crucial one that is sometimes overlooked in contentious political debates. She demonstrated her debating abilities by persuasively stating her case despite being personally attacked. Hostin defended her choice to bring up Laren's heritage by saying it brought attention to the difficulties associated with immigration. However, she may have unwittingly handed Lahren a strong counter-argument by concentrating so much on her family history, transforming what was meant to be an attack into a rallying cry for her followers. This conflict was more than just about them. It was a reflection of the profound political and cultural divide in America. The irony?
With DNA, 23andMe, because I cannot believe the detail on your background that they were able to get.
Well, I don't have to. She did all the research for me, so I'm sure my family is very appreciative.
Joy saying that what are your skills? If it's beyond research, it is personal. It is mean.
Well, of course, this is classical Joy Behar, but I would like to ask Joy Behar what her skills are, because perhaps we could swap stories. I know I watched Joy, and she seems like a highly skilled lady, but for her to attack me, that's really interesting. Those in glass houses should not...
There may be more commonalities between the two sides than they think. Lahren and Hostin both value the contributions that immigrants have made to the United States. Both acknowledge the necessity of integrating cultures. Each is fighting for what they think is best for the nation, but in different ways. However, the mayhem of live television obscures these similarities. Ultimately, this was a reflection of how deeply personal politics have become, rather than just a policy dispute. The stakes seem higher, and the arguments appear clearer when the focus shifts from policy to individuals.